This is the new 2021 Logic Trace on-screen software. With this software, you can load in an image and trace it on screen. First thing you do here is you define your four corners on the image, you do the perimeter of the image, and just start your tracing. And of course, you're using a standard computer mouse to do your tracing. Out of all the digitizing selections, I selected tracing polylines. I am amazed at the ease of this type of tracing. It's amazing that you can trace on screen and produce a DXF file ready for machining. I ran the file through Vectric Aspire 10.5 just to check the vector quality and run this file through the simulator just to see how the cut is going to look. Part of the setup with the Shaper Origin is to scan the domino tapes in front of the workstation. The file created from the 2021 Logic Trace on screen is loaded into Shaper Origin through the USB port. This is the first time that I'm using the Shaper Origin workstation on a project. I think I prefer this setup with the domino tape being permanent in front of the Shaper Origin. Mind you, there will be a size limitation here because the tape area is about 18 inches. But at least the tape is permanent, so it's not going to come off, it's not going to peel off, it should last. Watching the display and handling the machine, it's not that bad. I found it, you have to take it easy. As soon as you try and push it, the spindle retracts very quickly. Once that happens, you just reinitialize your cut. You can see here that my workpiece is behind the domino tape area, and that area is flat so that the Shaper Origin can ride across your workpiece and into the domino tape area a bit. It doesn't get into there with the cutter. The workstation is kind of neat. It's got a lot of different settings. You could actually use it to dovetail an end piece. It's got a lot of clamping. It's quite unique. Again, the 2021 on-screen tracing makes it very easy to make up a file for Shaper Origin. In this picture here, you can see the USB stick on the side of the Shaper Origin. That's where the file is loaded into the machine. File here looks good, and that's at 0.10 depth. I'm going to run the Logic Trace on screen. This time we're going to load in an eagle. And again, you've got to define those four corners on the image. So what you're doing is you're telling the program the perimeter of that image. Also, if you make a mistake, it's easy to correct. You just use the edit command, toggle over to the section where you made a mistake, and retrace it. Once I'm finished here, I'll save my file as a DXF file, and just as a vector check, I'm going to load that file into Vectric Aspire 10.5 and have a look at the vector quality. I also like to run the simulator just to see how the engrave is going to look. Before we start engraving, we got to do the scan. So anytime during the cut when shape or origin bit gets out of bounds or you're a bit off the line, it will retract immediately and then you have to restart your cut. The trick I find with this machine is not to get too tense, to try and just kind of float along, push it very gently. You end up becoming very focused, very fixed on the screen display. What's amazing here is we've taken an image, we've traced it on screen, created a DXF file, changed it into an SVG file for shape or origin, and I'm running that file and engraving that project, and it looks good. Shape or origin does not replace a regular CNC machine, but it does have its uses as it is portable. As you can see there, it's fairly easy to follow. Just follow it nice and steady. What you can't see there is the control buttons. On the left side, you can see that orange button. That's the spindle retract. And on the right side, there's a green button, and that's your cut button to initialize the cut. You can see me moving around those clamps. It would have been better if I would have used a double-sided tape. I needed to use LED lights for proper domino tape recognition. The two images shown here look good. These pictures show the workstation and shape or origin.